Texas has hit a cold front, which means we're in the 80s. Oh my gosh, it's all here, you guys. You guys know me, Amy here with Sandy, and Russell's back. Yay!
I'm back.
And our guest,
Russell, we missed you. Russell's been gone for 3 weeks. That's the last time you're going to do that, Russell.
I feel complete now that you're back, Russell. I was incomplete there for a little bit. I feel much better.
I do too.
I know. Amy had to have all the personality.
I don't know why I missed you, but now, oh my gosh, did you fall?
No, I got a birthday cake at the casino this weekend.
Oh, that's so funny.
And
Russell spent the weekend at the Golden Nugget.
Right. But that's not as important as where you guys spent the weekend.
We had a weekend we've been planning for how long, Amy? Long time, right? Amy, you're muted, so we can't hear you.
I was switching screens and it wasn't working for me. But yes, it's been, I want to say, like at least over a month. It's been a really long time.
Oh, yeah, it's been a long time. Longer than that, actually. I don't remember how long, but we have been planning it for a while and promoting it for a while. And then this last month, we have been like night and day promoting it. So,
wrong picture. Sorry.
Okay, so you left for 3 weeks and you forgot how to do your job.
Yes. Now I was there Friday for Judah's unplugging.
Right.
And I got to tell you, that was the best event you've ever put on.
I thought so. It was really, really amazing. And those of you that know Judith know that she's very, very straightforward and very honest with all of the authors. So if there was something she thought they could change and do better, and she's really a whiz at how to say things effectively. So she helped many of them reword what they say about their books. Their less than 10 words introduction of their book. She was great at that. So
it was rather overwhelming, I gotta say. This is her with me in the hot seat with her long list of everything I did wrong. And I was like, I thought Sandy and I did a pretty good job.
Well, by the way, she said, all this stuff I do to help people get their books published is not my job. My job is publicity and publicity and publicity, and I have gotten away from that, she pointed out to me. So, Alan, you do Mark. So we wanted to introduce Alan. Alan is the founder of the Texas Authors Now Author Marketing Guild. And so, how do you help authors with their marketing? Do you have to help them with getting on Amazon or getting on any of the programs or anything before you help them market their books?
No, I'm very clear when people join our organization, we are not a marketing firm. We are not here to do the marketing for them. What we are is to help them learn how to do it. So we give them all the classes, all the sessions, all the information that's available so that they can find what works best for them based on conversations with other people, with fellow authors, even one-on-one conversations I have with them to make sure they understand the direction that best suited for them.
Got it. And so Judith is a book shepherd. So she does everything to help the author from the time she meets them, whether their book is complete or not. So she helps them get their book complete. She helps them write the book if necessary. She's done that a few times as a ghostwriter. And then she helps them get the book launched. So there's a little bit of overlap of what she does and what we do, except that she really prefers to hand her clients off to me or somebody to do their book launch and to do their publicity. And so some of them, when I get them from her or others, the book's not quite ready to do the book launch. And I've always stepped in and helped them. Russell. I helped Russell, but Russell's was the first book I ever helped put on Amazon. And Russell and I sat at his table in the dining room area, and we followed the instructions. And first time I'd ever done it, and first time Russell had. And it was really quite easy. So I'm like, wow, if this is this easy, I could, instead of telling people, go pay somebody to have this done, I could just do it for them. And that's kind of how it started, with me saying, well, I can do that for you. Oh, I can. And then when we got him on Ingram Spark, I can do that. And Sue's, I got Sue's books on Ingram Spark and Amazon. So that's just been part of what I've offered, that I may not do anymore. I'm really.
I think she has a point. I think it's important that you've done that to help your clients and to understand what they're dealing with. But I think that she may have a point about where you should concentrate, because all of this is so overwhelming.
It is.
There's so much to it
It
now.
And you also have to make sure you earn your fair share as well. A lot of people don't want to pay for a lot of services that Judith does offer, but you have to. You have to be willing to pay for it. And sometimes you and I, Sandy, will give stuff away for free, not really wanting to, but we end up doing it. And so we have to put a stop to it.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't want to. I would absolutely do everything I do and never charge anything if I possibly could get away with that.
Yeah, you got to pay the mortgage.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, especially since David's retired now. He used to help me and then bail me out when I'd get myself and offer too many people something and not charge them. But that, I can't do that anymore. So it's like I have to pay my own bills, pay my own way. But it's fun. I love it. And I love helping authors. So it's just been a really good thing. So this week with Judith was amazing. Saturday was Indie Palooza. Alan, what were your thoughts on Indie Palooza?
It was a good event as always. A little short, but then with her being there on Sunday, that made up for it. It's definitely a good program that authors should participate in, especially writers when they're starting to learn. So it was really nice to be there again.
I want to tell you, I am so proud of Raul Herrera. Raul has been a friend of mine and a client off and on for a while. And his book of Skunk Alpha will be coming out soon. And on Saturday at Indie Palooza, Andrea Sanchez asked if anyone wanted to share part of their work and read something from their work. So Raul went up there and read the first page or two of his book, which was the most touching, moving thing I've read for a while. So, Raul, if you listen to this or you hear about this, he knows, I told him, I'm like so proud of you, Raul. So, and others, there were others that read that did a great job. So that was a really nice thing at the end of the day to have people read from their work. So it was good. And congratulations to Kathy Howeisen. She won the 2 tickets to the Houston Public Library Foundation Gala, which will take place on October 19th. And our own Roger Leslie is one of the 5 authors selected to receive an award from the Houston Public Library Foundation. So, yay. Hope you can join us. And it's Kathy with an I. So, yay. It's going to be a great event. If you have, we voted. So they selected 4, and then we voted on the 5th one. And that was, so we don't know, and we're not going to know till we get there. She wouldn't even tell me in private who it is. She'll make the announcement when we get to the gala of which one.
Amy, we don't blame her. She must be pretty smart not to tell Sandy who it is, what the secret is.
Come on, you can't tell Sandy.
Russell, when are you going away again?
I'm glad you're back.
Oh my gosh. What fun, what fun. We do have a great time. I had a great weekend, although by Saturday I could not move this side of my body. And my voice
Let's
is
got a
totally
stroke.
my
No.
voice is gone from yelling and screaming, and it was just a great weekend. I can always tell when I have a great weekend because I can't talk on Monday. So, anything else before we talk to Alan about the Author Marketing Guild?
What do you have tonight?
I don't have anything. I would like for Alan to, as the two of you discuss it, explain exactly what's involved with the Galveston Book Festival, etc.
Okay.
I've never been. I'm not aware enough of it.
Alan?
Okay.
What is it?
Well, it's our second annual Galveston Book Festival. It's going to be at the Convention Center on the seawall, so we're real excited to have that. But more importantly, Dave Ward, a fixture of ABC News in the Houston area, will be there presenting his new book that just came out. The event is designed for authors to meet with readers, hopefully discover some new people to read their books, share ideas, just have a good time.
Yay.
So when is it?
It is October 12th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Wow.
And that's next Saturday.
That's next Saturday.
And there will be a reception Friday night. Who all's invited to the reception, Alan?
Anybody who wants to attend.
Oh, okay. So I'll be there because I'm going down Friday. David Bowles, that we all got to meet. I actually met him for my first time on Saturday. And I've been working with him like 6 months, but I never had met him in person. So
he's quite a character.
He is a character. Oh my God.
One of the sweetest people I think I've ever met. I mean, he was, I mean, I might be biased because the first thing he said to me is he's like, wow, you look great for just having a baby. And I'm like, I like you. You are my person. So he's
Yeah, you're biased.
Hey. Whatever.
So
you're going in and out on your sound, Amy, and I'm not quite sure what you said. It might not have been that nice. I'm not sure.
Then you didn't need to hear it.
Okay.
so we're going to be there. We also have Cynthia Darwin will be there. She's another client. Anybody else that we know, Alan, that's going to be there that can you think of?
We have over 60 authors attending the event, and anyone's welcome to check out the website. It's galveston.bookfestival.network, and network is spelled out. It has a list of the entertainment, the authors that are going to be there, the whole range of fun items. And if anybody orders or goes online and gets a free ticket in advance, then they'll be able to get entered into a $50 gift certificate drawing for books.
So how much does it cost if somebody wants to go to the festival?
It is a free event.
Oh, free. Okay. So you won't see David Bowles' name on there because I'm the one that registered, and David's going to be at my table. So he's one of my clients, and he's also a member of the Author Marketing Guild. It's going to take me a little while before I don't say Texas authors. So Alan, why the name change?
Well, I mean, Texas Authors started in 2011, and we were focused mainly on Texas authors. But in 2017, we realized that what we were offering was working for authors outside of the area, specifically other countries, other states. So we added on Indie Beacon. But between the two names, it was getting a little confusing. So we decided to combine it to one name, one website, and thus Authors Marketing Guild, which really explains what we do, which is helping authors with marketing and learning how to better market and sell themselves. So that was the new creation and the new movement.
And we had one of the people that's been working with you on last week. We had Shanalee Charbonneau last week. So
Yes.
We had her talking about the Authors Marketing Guild.
Yes.
And that was great. Yes. So, and then Alan this week. So, and then we have the Texas Book Fest. I mean, the Galveston Book Festival next weekend. My mind is still not wide and awake and sharp this morning. Yeah. Okay, so Alan, what are some of your future plans for Authors Marketing Guild?
Well, just real quickly, Shauna Lee, who was on your show last week, is also one of our hosts for our radio show, which is available on all the podcast system, but also on Amazon Fire and YouTube in video format. It's the Indie Beacon Radio Show. So we're getting ready to start our second year of that, which is actually our fourth year of doing radio shows. We started originally with Dear Texas. So we're expanding that and continue to grow that. We have different hosts and hostesses for it. Rox Berkey, Charlotte Cannon, you know, those people, myself. So we're always looking for people to step up and be a host or hostess for the show and stuff.
And I've already told Alan I would love to be one of the interviewers. I love interviewing people.
Yes.
And so, and in no hurry, but at some point I'd love to do that. So I loved it because I just had my interview a few weeks ago and I was able to share it everywhere. I'm going to share it again because I want to share it like once a month, I think, though, for a while. But because I loved it, I had a great time. Charlotte Canyon was my interviewer. And I have already interviewed her on Author Talk at one point. So she writes a book about You Can't Help But Laugh. It's about elder care and how, you know, there's times you have to laugh. So I love you, Charlotte. And also your other interviewers, of course, Rox Berkey is one of our favorite people. And then Shanna Lee. So love it, love it, love it. And I know you have you know, other people helping you in other areas of the organization. But for the most part, Alan does everything. So
yeah,
we're kind of alike in that we have to be like involved in everything. But I'm learning, and I am going to, the rest of this year, I am going to be handing one thing after another off to Amy. And then beginning January, we will be making an announcement about it and all that. Is that I'm going to work with the clients and the group, and Amy's going to do everything else. And she's not going to do everything else. She's going to manage everything else, which means she's going to manage all the people doing social media, as well as those sending out press releases and the other stuff that we do that it doesn't, you know, anybody can send a press release out. You just have to have the email list and you have to have the press release. So I'll be the one in charge of the press releases and then hand it off to be sent out. So I'm very, very excited. But I kept coming to this brick wall. Like I can't do anything else. There are no more hours in the day. And that's when I'm like, I need help, which I've told Alan for a long time he needs help. So all of a sudden I realized, I need help too. So I talked to Amy about it and she was in agreement. And so between Amy and her mom, Vola, and Lydia and CJ, we had this weekend covered, didn't we, Amy? I mean, it was just like, wow. CJ is taking all the pictures and posting them everywhere. Lydia is videoing the people, the speakers. And she did a video of the entire day on Friday. So now Judith will have that she can offer she can sell it or show it or do whatever she wants to on that. And then we did Judith speaking on Saturday and Roger Leslie. So Lydia, you are an amazing person, as CJ, and then Amy's always there. She's got my back always. And I love Amy, and she's worked with me now. We don't even know how many years. So we need to find out from Michelle Galator when you first started, because we need to celebrate when you've been here 10 years. Anyway, so Russell, would you like to say something?
I'm just wondering who was the clock holder while I was gone, Amy? Let's get back to Alan. I want to know, Alan, what's the difference with the guild as opposed? I mean, you've merged things. Would you explain that a little bit?
Well, we had the two divisions, the Texas Authors, the original group, and then we had the Indie Beacon, which was for every author outside of Texas. So we just merged them all into one group now. And the Authors Marketing Guild is that.
How does someone contact you if they want to join your organization?
Well, of course, they can go to the website, authorsmarketingguild.com. And our email address is info@authorsmarketingguild.com. Or they can call me at 512-554-9560. Our annual membership's only $50 a year, so it's very inexpensive. And they learn so much from what we do with our emails that we send out 3 times a week, the radio show they get to do, um, all the blog information and other programs. Matter of fact, this week we're going to be talking about Squirrel, which is an app for the mobile phone and how it can work with books to help people discover locations within your story. That's the type of things we learn about and then share with our people so that they can be one step ahead of the competition, as we call it.
And you want to be out there, every author, and that's one of the things we learned from Judith. And actually, yesterday, she gave us tools to use to do some of the things that you're talking about, Alan, and a lot of tools that that authors know, but there was some new ones as well. So some fun tools, and then some that were like not quite so much fun, but it was great. So, so Alan, where do you see the Authors Marketing Guild going for the future? Because so one of the things I've always loved about Alan is he takes the initiative. I mean, you don't just sit and wait for something to happen, Alan. You go meet with the CEO of Barnes and Noble, and you go meet with people in leadership positions in the entire book world. So what's up? What's next for you and for the Authors Marketing Guild?
Well, as you know, I look at what's available for the authors, and if I see something missing, I'll try to create it to help fill in the gap. One of those things is called the National Authors Day, which is coming up is the first Saturday of November every year. And this is going to be considered our kickoff on a national and international level for holiday book sales. We want to create an event that authors can be proud about, celebrate who they are, celebrate the fact that they've got books published, things of that nature. But the other next thing that we're doing is a really unique writing contest. It's called We Fiction. They can go to wefiction.dearindie.org and learn about it. What it is a writing competition with authors, no less than 2 authors, no more than 4 authors gather as a team, and together they write a book in 90 days. They take information that readers supply, such as characters, plot twists, locations, and they create a story based on all the information that they've chosen from. From that, then the readers get to judge the stories and determine which ones are the best. Then a publishing contract is issued out for that book, and we get it out there and we promote it and sell it. So the authors not only get to find new readers, but they get to experience new ways of writing, especially in a team aspect, but also different types of genres possibly. So it's a really great way to grow as an author, but also a fun way to get the readers really actively involved in sharing information.
And when does that start?
Well, we're taking information now from the readers. They can go to the authors, wefiction.dearindie.org and submit
Amy, will you put that
information.
in the comments, please?
And then we also, as far as the contest itself goes, it starts in May for the authors, but author teams are already up on the website, so people can start learning about them and get excited about them.
So they can start anytime. Oh, so now when do they actually do the writing? In the contest? Or
it starts May 1st.
Okay, so right now they just get the team together, talk about what their topic's going to be, do some character, whatever, and just do the planning for it. Okay.
Correct.
So they got plenty of time next May. But so how do they enter? What's the process?
It's very simple. There's no cost to enter. They just submit a form showing that they're part of a team. So each author adds in their information on the website. Again, it's wefiction.dearindie.org. And that's it. We'll contact them and make sure their team's together. We'll advertise the team. Some of the teams have different names that they get to choose from or create themselves. And then we just start working with them and getting them ready and prepared.
So team writing, is that a new concept?
It's somewhat new. I mean, you've had other authors, like 3 or 4, that work within a certain genre that will share a series per se. So one will write one book, one will write another book, but it's all within that series, same type of characters. But this is slightly different because you're taking information that the readers are providing and trying to create something. So you're really under the gun to do it in a short period of time and also working with what you're given.
Wow. Russell, what do you think about that?
I like it. It's like fantasy football for writers.
Good way to put it.
So I don't understand fantasy football. So I
I
understand
don't
what
really
Alan.
either because I don't participate in it. But I'm just saying it's where, you're grouping up with people with similar interest. As Alan was talking about it, I was thinking of a couple of writers that I could team up with to do something like that. It might be might be a lot of fun.
Well, it
I
sounds
find
like
it interesting Alan's doing it during the summer when other things slow down. I think that's really good.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow period of time, and we definitely want to make sure that the authors have something to work. Our goal is also to have the books done and ready to be printed by October 1st for the holiday season as well.
now. Have you already published the book, the short story book that people were working on?
Yes, that book was released officially October 15th, but we already had the books. Matter of fact, at the event last weekend.
I thought so. I thought they were there. So
Yeah.
okay. So that was another opportunity for authors to submit short stories, right?
Right. We have a short story contest we do annually from March 1st through July 31st. And then we also have our book contest that we've been doing now for 7 years. And now it's an international contest, a state contest. So any Texas author who enters in for the Texas contest automatically is entered in for the international contest at no extra charge.
So so talk about that for a minute, because that's how I first found out and got to know. I mean, I met you, years ago at Denton, but I really found out what you did when I went to the first author marketing event. And that's what you're talking about, right? The marketing event where you give the awards to the authors.
Right. Yeah. So the contest winners are usually announced in April, and then they get a dinner or treated to a dinner at the authors marketing event in July. And that is an annual event we've been doing. This is our 5th year coming up, and we'll be in Granbury, which is southwest of Fort Worth. We're working with the city to do a book festival before the event as well in the town square. The city has been really open to having us there and has waived some of the fees. So that's really a nice little feature for us and stuff. But we've already started having the speakers lined up on our website. Again, they can go to authorsmarketingguild.com to see the speakers, to pre-order their tickets now while they're somewhat inexpensive, and start setting everything up.
You're a busy man.
Yes.
He is. He
Awesome.
is.
Good grief.
And Alan, this is your full-time job too, right?
Correct.
So he doesn't have a job, and this is his hobby. This is his job and his hobby and his passion and everything else. So Alan, congratulations. I think you're doing an amazing job. I'm so excited to be part of it. And so anything else? Oh, I know, membership. So who can be a member of the Authors Marketing Guild?
Any author or writer. You don't have to have a published book. We actually encourage writers to be a member 6 months before the book is ready so that they can learn all the things that are necessary to help market their book, the pre-orders, the advertising, the public relations, all of that stuff, how to get the reviews, just about anything and everything that will help launch their book more successfully. So we definitely recommend at least 6 months before publication. But any author that is already out there and has got published books, they are more than welcome to join us. They're going to learn so much from us that it will help them with their next book, or even help them catch up a little bit on the books that they already have out there.
And did you get a chance to meet David Bowles on Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I know David is a member. Mm-hmm. I try to make sure that all of my clients are members of Authors Marketing Guild now. So because I do think you provide a lot of opportunities, and membership the cost to be a member is ridiculous, because he's lowered it. He just lowered it to $50 a year, which is that's awesome. I think everybody should be a member and then pay for a membership for somebody else, because that's just an amazing price.
I'm going to sign up with Alan next week. I think that's.
Well, you don't have
I'm
to
not
wait
a
till
member
next week.
yet. I'm not a member yet. I'm going to sign up right away.
Yeah.
Well, that would be today.
I kind of have. I got to go to work today.
So if you want to be a member of the Authors Marketing Guild and have the opportunity to be at things like events like the Galveston Book Festival, then you need to go to and where do they go to join, Alan?
So they go to the website authorsmarketingguild.com. On the left-hand side, click on membership, and then they can see the benefits and things of that nature. We have a form that they fill out first before they make a payment. Once I receive the form, I actually will call them and talk to them, and then we'll set up the payment arrangement at that point. But you're right, not only the Galveston Book Festival, the Lone Star Book Festival, the Texas Book Festival, the Texas Library Conference, the American Library Conference, we are all over this place and we're continually growing. We have new members coming out of Saudi Arabia that will help us with their book festivals as well. So we'll have lots of opportunities for our authors to grow and get exposure. So
if you're a member, that doesn't mean you're just like, it's free to be part of these. There is a fee, but if you're a member, but if you're not a member, you can't participate. Is that right?
Well, no, you can participate. It's just going to cost you a lot more.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the benefit is, I just want to get to the benefits, but you can see all the benefits if you go to authorsmarketingguild.com. Okay. So authorsmarketingguild.com, go there, look at the benefits of being a member of this organization. And one of them is the interviews, the radio interviews that I just had mine done a couple of weeks ago. And that was I just had not pursued it before because I am a member, but I wanted to, but I waited. And then when I'm like, okay, I need to go get my interview. And I did that. And so you can go, as soon as you become a member, you can sign up for your radio interview, which again, where all will it be shared, Alan?
We have it on all the podcast systems, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, SoundCloud, but then also on the video part, we have it on YouTube and on Amazon Fire. And we are scheduling about 5 months out. So those that have new books, they want to plan and schedule those interviews before the books come out. So definitely reach out to us as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's true, because it was a while before I had an interview after I decided it was a good idea to go forward with that. So the people that will be interviewing you will either be Alan himself or Charlotte Kenyon or Rox Berkey. So great. Oh, that's right. Shanley. I'm so sorry, Shanley. Shanley Charbonneau. And all of them are amazing interviewers. And then you can go, Alan gives you a link almost immediately where you can share it. And Russell, I have no idea why you're laughing at that. But
Amy and I are talking without talking.
Okay.
Who's watching today, Sandy?
So we have, oh my gosh.
Watching Red is Red is watching my mom.
It was nice to see Red this weekend.
Red, I love you, Red. Yes, he was so amazing all weekend, as was, there was like, Judith was calling them her boyfriends before it was over, because there was Red and Hyatt and David Bowles and Raul, and they were, wherever Judith went, they were right there in the front, and they got their money's worth too, because she gave them lots of help on their books. So
who else is here?
Sue's on, and
hey,
Sue said, Alan, Sue said the membership is definitely worth every penny. So you got a person there supporting you,
and she's in Ohio, and she's getting her money's worth.
Yep.
It's a long way, Alan, to the book festival.
She flew in though.
Yeah, she's been in for the authors marketing event and other things.
Well, and because her book won first place for the cover and first place for the book itself in her division. So Alan, which right now are you already taking books for the next one?
We are taking the books. It's $80 to enter, and they've already started judging. So that one of the nice things about the judging is we have 12 librarians from across the state of Texas judge additional exposure. Even if they don't win, if the author or the librarian likes them, they share that information. but they also give a review. And that's so critical for a lot of authors.
That is good. That is good. So, so what year are you taking right now?
So any book that was published from the first of the year through the end of the year is eligible to be entered. We do have a little window period from the 15th of December to the 15th of January, where we will consider a book. So, usually the last 2 weeks of the year doesn't really count for publishing. So if they did publish between December 15th through the 31st of 2018, we'll consider allowing them to enter. But generally speaking, it's the first of the year to the end of the year.
Okay, so I need to get David Bowles' book to you like now. What's the deadline?
December 15th is the absolute deadline.
Of submitting the books, though.
Correct. Yes, that's the deadline.
So for this
So you have
year,
until, right, for this year's books, you have until December 15th to enter the book.
what about for the last year's? Okay, so for 2019 books, I have till the end of the year.
So yes.
Well, I just want to be clear.
Yeah, until December 15th of this year to enter the book.
Okay, good. Russell, I do want to.
Who's on first?
I do want to announce that Melinda Little is watching. So,
oh no, who else is watching?
Melinda, we pray for you daily.
Oh no, she's watching me. I know I'm in trouble.
So, Melinda, I want to say just absolutely thank you for introducing me to the Houston Public Library Foundation, because out of that has come now having a client who is in the top 5 Reader's Choice, and having another client who was one of the runoff Reader's Choice Award potential winners, and then the opportunity so Sally was one of our speakers on Saturday. Sally Swanson is the executive director of the Houston Public Library Foundation, an author herself, and did an amazing job with her presentation on Saturday. So thank you, Melinda. I owe all of this to you inviting me to that reception. So thank you for that. And now I think it has been about 35 minutes, so we'll start winding down.
Oh my gosh. Amy, how did you train her this way while I was gone? This is so impressive. Don't forget your webinar.
Alan, do you need more help in your organization? Because I may be deserting this group.
Well, you're welcome to join us. We always can use the help.
You'll better extend your deadlines.
I just want to know the details.
What about your webinar? Don't forget your webinar tonight before you end.
Thank you. So tonight is the Monday night training. It's not a webinar. It's the training for our.
I never can keep track of what it is. Sometimes it's a teach-a-thon. I don't know what kind of names Amy invents for you.
Tonight is training. Monday night is always training.
Okay.
We might have a different name for what we're training about or on, but it's always the training. And tonight we will be doing a debrief. Can you mute Russell, please, Amy? Tonight we'll be doing a debrief on this weekend. Russell, you didn't have to mute yourself. I was just kidding. And we will be talking about what you got out of this weekend from Judith or from the Writers Guild, any of the speakers that spoke there. I've heard some great comments on Roger Leslie's presentation. So I want to hear from you. I want you to join us tonight. Everybody that was at so Sunday we had 4 hours ninja marketing with Judith Briles. So everyone that was there yesterday, and I think there was like about 20 people, we couldn't, Alan, we were in that room where you gave the presentation that time on your book, and you remember how packed it was that day when you were there? That's how it was yesterday. You had people who had to sit in the corner, they couldn't get to the table. So we invited every one of them, and we got their names and email addresses yesterday to give them a special invitation to tonight so they can share what they got out of yesterday or hear what other people got. Sometimes you're so paying attention to what you need that you totally miss something else that's presented, and somebody else picks up on that. I love doing debriefs to an event like that because you really do kind of just, and then you determine. So when you come to an event like we had this weekend and you leave there, if you're not overwhelmed, then you didn't pay attention enough because it's overwhelming. What you have to do is leave there, take a day or two, and let it all just kind of assimilate down and in your mind and all of that. So then you pick out one or two things that you're going to do going forward that you were not already doing. And that's been my contribution for going to events for years, because otherwise I would never go to an event. If I left and had to incorporate everything I learned into what I'm doing, I would just say nope. But I can take what I learned yesterday, and I got 2 or 3 tools, and one of them you'll see when you get today's email. I used a tool to help me create the opening sentence. So so watch and you'll see what it is. Watch for your email today giving you the login, not the login, the link to click to join us tonight. Thank you, Russell, for remembering that, because I did want to. But Amy, will you also put the link in the comments? So I want everyone who can possibly attend to be there tonight to hear about this amazing weekend. And then we can plan, because we're going to do it again in February. So Judith and I are going to do a 2-day event in February where she's going to be speaking on publishing, and I'm going to be speaking on publicity. So it's a publishing and publicity unplugged event. So anything you want to say in closing, Russell?
I have nothing else to say. You had plenty. You took it.
Amy.
I just think that I'm just very proud of you and Amy. You guys did a great job this weekend. And Alan, I'm kind of impressed. You work so hard, and these book festivals are pretty exciting. I hope to make the Galveston Books Festival. I'd like to see how it's done. I hope to have some pictures for us at Author Talk next week of it.
Well, we'd love to have you there. But if by chance you missed that, may I suggest the Lone Star Book Festival? It's being billed as the only book festival in Texas specifically for Texas authors. No one else is invited except for Texas authors. We're looking at 100 authors attending this event. It'll be in Seguin in May of next year.
Well, why can't he do both?
He can. We always encourage
Actually,
all of them.
I actually already planned to go to Seguin because, I mean, who doesn't want to go to Seguin and have lunch, right?
Yeah.
So
I can't wait for that one. But there, so go look at the website. Now, where would they find a list of all the festivals you're participating in?
Well, for our book festivals that we actually produce, you can go to bookfestival.network, no .com or anything like that. And network is spelled out. And you can see all the book festivals we're producing for next year. Some of them are on hold, waiting for some more information, but otherwise they're all listed there, and they can sign up on each of the websites to participate.
Yay. Okay, good.
And we do treat for lunch at these events too.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So Saturday, I get lunch on Saturday?
Yes, you do.
And I'm going to the reception Friday night too, because I'm going down on Friday. Kathy Howizen is going down on Friday. So we'll see you Friday night.
Wonderful.
And David Bowles. David will be there Friday night as well. Amy, anything you want to say in closing? What did you think about, what was your overall impression of the weekend?
Oh, I loved it. Everything was great. Everyone was awesome. Indiepalooza is always fun. Amazing speakers. Roger Leslie, I'm his super fan. I just love him. But no, I'm really happy Russell's back. I have someone else to bicker with, and I'm so happy you're back. Alan, I love what you're doing for authors. You are all over the place, especially Texas authors. And you can tell that it's your passion. And I love that it's your passion and you're just letting that come out and working so hard at it. And it doesn't look like work. It just looks like you're having fun the whole time. So I am so grateful for what you're doing for authors. And I look forward to everything else that you have to come.
Thanks, Amy. It was a pleasure seeing you this weekend.
Yeah, always.
Yay. Wow. We are all just I love this. I love how our little Monday morning group has just come together. And Russell, I want to say thank you for, because this was all Russell's idea. He came to me and said, let's do something called Author Talk. And that was over 2 years ago. And we have 2 years of videos and everything else that we've been working on. And now with Lydia, we may start doing well, we will start doing like an intro to our videos and stuff. So you'll start seeing that really soon.
That's
So
awesome.
it is. I love you, Lydia and CJ. They're both on. So love you guys. Also, I wanted to say that I saw
Here we go.
Amanda Thrasher is on. Do you know Amanda Thrasher, Alan? She used to be a Denton at that one. Catherine Basu is on. I know her. Let me see who else. John Day. I want to say John Day is a person from my way past. He lives in Maryland, and I met him back when I was a preacher's wife. So good to see him on. Dino's on. Dino Price. Dino, you better be there tonight. I'm gonna hunt you down if you're not there tonight. So I think that Tony Branch is on, and Teresa McCormick. Teresa, hope you're doing well, and I want to hear from you and see. So thank you all for joining us online, and thank you, Alan, for being here with us as our guest. We enjoyed it as always, and I will be downloading this video, and you'll be able to see it either on my Facebook page or YouTube. So thank you guys. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Thank you, Russell. Welcome back, and I love you. Love you, Amy, and I will see you guys tonight.